Morning, everybody, and welcome to AM Power. We are so excited for today. Let's put a little hearts in the chat. If you are going to Vital Fest, if you're going to Vital Fest, put some hearts in the chat, or some love, or some fest, or whatever you want to put in the chat. If you're coming to Vital Fest with us, it is going to be an amazing event filled with massive announcements, special offers for those that attend live, and so many things that we are going to bring out that you do not want to miss that event. If you can get there, you need to be there. We've got some special offers going on right now, too. If you do go purchase a Vital Fest ticket, there's about 150 of them left. If you do that, you're going to be able to get 2 free new products at the event when you attend live. And so that is going on right now, too. And we are doing speaker announcements all week long. And one of those speakers will be one of our featured panelists, Kathryn Speer, who is joining us today from Canada. I got the pleasure to meet with her. I now call her friend. She is someone who is dynamic. She is a giving heart. She's a servant leader, and she is joining us here on AM Power finally. I'm so excited that she was able to hop into our little chat here and start to add some value on the inspiration side, because her story is amazing. So please tune in, throw some high fives, throw some fives in the chat. So give her some love. It's her first time speaking on AM Power. So with that, Miss Kathryn Speer, it's so great to have you here, and I will turn the call over to you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, James. Thank you for all of you today for holding space and grace for me to do my first AM Power call. I'm really excited. I love sharing and influencing, inspiring, and sharing our story. So, James, can you give me sharing opportunity here, please, for presentation? All right. So just as a reminder, as we are getting started here, that you can download this podcast in many different forms and you can tune in. All right, so let's just hop right to it. And I'm going to stick to my script here today because I know that I can go off script and get really passionate. But just a little bit about myself. So prior to all of this, we all have our own stories, right? That leads us to where we are today. So 22 years in the corporate world, I traveled over 50% of the time to third world countries mostly. I was in the call center space. That led me to 2018. I had a breast and overall health scare, but I always had spent a lot of years learning about prevention and healthcare. I've always been passionate about that. Probably goes back to the time where my grandmother used to grab what my dad would call weeds out of the driveway and mix poultices, etc. But at this time, it really opened my eyes to the medical system that we have, sick care versus healthcare, which then led me to launching a thermography clinic in 2020, building that here in Atlantic Canada. It was the first one here in Atlantic Canada. And then something massive happened. And remember, in life, as we stay open to being the vessels, things come into your life that elevate you to another level. And that is what happened to me through Tara Truax, God bless her heart. She introduced me to Dr. Tony and Alex back in March. And that led me to becoming extremely passionate about this mission. So much so that I sold my clinic in July, and now I'm doing this full time and helping people to understand how to take their empowerment back with their own health and helping people to support their bodies on a much different level. So that's just a little bit about me. So let's get right into the fire, though, of what really fires me up here, okay? So a little bit of market research. So today we're going to talk about pharmaceutical industry. We're going to talk about the supplement industry because most of you are here obviously because you want to make an impact in the world, whether that is through health and well-being. I think it's kind of a combination, right? Health, well-being, financial, our own lives, impacting the lives of people you love, impacting the communities and where we do our business and where we exist. So a little bit about the pharmaceutical industry, and this is not to bash the pharmaceutical industry. It is education. It is being aware of what is happening in our world, in our humanity, and how we contribute to that. So because I spent 22 years in the corporate world, I'm going to share a little something with you. No corporation ever makes their financial projections to the market or to their shareholders without knowing they can hit their numbers. I really want you to understand that piece, okay? No corporation can do that. So these numbers that I pulled were for an event that we held here in August. So they're current numbers, and they are numbers based on the pharmaceuticals financial projection over the next 5 years. So our current global value is 1.65 trillion from a pharmaceutical perspective, okay? Projected growth 2.35 trillion by 2030. Those are some pretty big numbers. Now, I want to preface this by saying allopathic doctors, their tools to help support people, right, are disease management. That's what they're trained, disease management. They have pharmaceuticals, and they have knives or lasers or, one of the other many tools that they use when they're doing surgery. All right. So I want to preface that. But I also want to preface it by saying, how many people, we're going to do a little exercise. How many people on here today? So I see 103 participants. I want you to drop it into the chat. And I'm going to open up the chat because I want to see this. How many people with us today can wrap your heads around what $1 million is? Drop a 1 in the chat if you know and can wrap your head around what $1 million is. I want to see here.
Somebody's doing something.
Okay, good. All right, so we have some people, but we have some people that don't understand what $1 million is either. So let's do this exercise. So if I said to you, go spend $1,000 a day, it would take you 3 years to spend $1 million.
Hold on 1 second, Kathryn. Hold on 1 second.
Oh,
There is someone doing something.
Sorry, let me just see here. Do you want me to stop sharing, James?
Just 1 second. I'm kicking somebody out.
Okay, dear. Just let me know when you're ready again, James.
You're good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Fantastic. All right, so I'm going to go back to the chat again because we're going to do one more. All right, now, how many people on the chat, you're going to drop a 2 for this one, can wrap their heads around and knows what a $1 billion feels like? So you're going to drop a 2. Okay, awesome. Spin the wheel. Not yet. All right. So for those of you who don't understand or can wrap your head around what $1 billion is, that would be like me saying to you, Ginger, for example, I would say to you, Ginger, I'm going to give you $5,000 a day, but it's going to take you 534 years to spend that 1 billion. Okay, 1 billion, 534 years. Okay. Drop a 3 in the chat if you can wrap your head around what $1 trillion looks like. I'm going to see here. Who can drop a 3? All right. Awesome. Okay. For those of you that cannot wrap your head around that, it's like me saying to Kim, I'm going to say, Kim, you can go spend $100,000 a day, but it's going to take you 27,400 years to spend that $1 trillion. Okay. All right. So now that we had a little bit of education on what that kind of looks like, now that is 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion. And what we're saying from a pharmaceutical perspective is that they're going to go from 1.65 trillion to 2.35 trillion dollars by 2030. And why? Because they know they're going to hit their numbers because of new blockbuster drugs, especially for obesity and metabolic health. So they're banking on obesity continuing, metabolic health continuing. Metabolic health, for those of you who may not know, metabolic health is a series of items, diseases that start in the body, disconnections which lead to overall diseases, but it is a perfect storm of a couple of things. So for example, that could be blood sugars, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all coming together, which is then going to create eventually, things like diabetes as an example. So it's a perfect storm of several things happening. Another bullet point that they said in their financials is the ongoing need for chronic disease treatment. Okay, so they know chronic disease is going to continue. We know based on what Dr. Tony shares with us, 68% of all chronic diseases have no place in our world whatsoever. Okay. And of course, the aging population. How many people on this call have ever been told by your doctor, or you had a family member told by a doctor that their discomfort that they're feeling, or their pain that they're feeling, or whatever's going on in their body is due to you're just getting older, get used to it? That's one that always gets my my blood boiling when I hear that, because that is not true. That is not true. All right, another segment. So that's the overall pharmaceutical industry. But another segment of that, which is near and dear to my heart, is the oncology cancer growth piece. So the overall oncology market is going to grow 10 to 12% annual growth. So the potential is that that's going to triple in the next decade. So currently, and I took it down to one more step because this is, I'm passionate about, breast cancer and helping to educate on what we can do differently. But breast cancer in of itself currently is 31 billion. It's going to be valued at 63 billion by 2030 to 2034. So it's going to double. And just to make that piece a little bit more uh, sting, is that the precision oncology, so precision oncology means, very specific pharmaceuticals for breast cancer or for cancer, very specific tools for immunotherapy. It's valued at 115 billion now. It's going to be 202 billion by 2030. That's a significant growth, but you know what really gets me is that this again comes directly from their financial forecast. Breast cancer is going to be 42% of this market. Let that number sink in, ladies. 42%. So again, I'm going to say something, and I'm not about doom and gloom. I'm about educating, but not doom and gloom, because we can empower ourselves when we talk about these things openly. So again, you never post your financials that you know you're not going to hit. So what is happening that they know is going to hit that 42%, right, of breast cancer is going to be part of that number. Ladies, we are revenue generators and not in the best possible way. Okay? So once we know this, we can take action and empowerment to help heal our bodies, to help support our bodies to what it needs. So then let's flip over here to the supplement industry, because I also want to talk about that, because you know what? We can be part of the change. So the supplement industry, the current global value is 200 billion. That projected growth is 4 to 10% annually. So that has the potential to reach 275 to 378 billion within the next 5 to 7 years. Why would we not want to be a part of that for humanity? Okay. The key drivers as to why the supplement industry is going to increase this much is because more people are taking their health into their own hands. The shift towards prevention and not just treatment, because again, it's just disease management when you're going through, on the pharmaceutical side. And the rising interest in natural and personalized health solutions. What are we doing here at Vital Health? Why, again, would you not want to be a part of elevating humanity in that way? People are searching, people are looking for answers, people want to be empowered. And I have to tell you, based on what I've seen, what Dr. Tony and Alex are doing, what they've created here at Vital Health, I want to be a part of that, because you see, here's what's really important is that the herbal protocols that we have, they are energetic. They have a high vibration. They help to support the body at the cellular level. That is where magic happens. And basically, we are like plants as well. We are vibration. We are energy. We are cells. And just, as an example, don't water us for a week and see what happens. Again, we're like plants. We can't go a week without water. But one of the key things that I do want to say is this, and I have the consideration piece at the bottom. Not all supplements are created equal. And that is very, very true, right? So again, looking at what we have, do some comparison. There's all kinds of wonderful tools out there that you can do research on to see, which ones are comparable, which ones are not. Ours are based on herbs, based on a mission, and based on a desire from a man and men who have a desire to truly impact humanity in so many ways, and not just, with the herbal protocols, but also helping to support communities, helping to support each other, helping to support us as a team. Because, the other day, David did his AM Power Call, and he talked about, how we grow and we grow outside of our comfort zones. And that is what's critical. So, all of this to say, why am I talking about this today? Why this matters? This is what fires me up. This is what gets me out of bed in the morning. This is why I love being a part of Vital Health. This is why I want to be a part of this community and to be able to help support each other. And the market data, okay, shows us that there is a global shift toward health investment, whether it's through supplements or pharmaceuticals, either or. I want to be on the side of humanity that helps, humanity to grow and helps humanity to evolve. And prevention is far cheaper and more often effective in the long run. But also understanding these trends helps you to make informed choices about your own health strategy and those of your family and those of the communities in which you reside. And so basically, the reality is this: our lives are like a story. And the reality is this: we have two choices. There's only really two choices, and that is one in health and vitality or disease and suffering. Both paths can lead you to, different results, different emotions. When you talk about health and vitality, you think of, doing new things, trying new modalities, meeting new people. It's energetic, it's fun, it's trying to put puzzle pieces together. Maybe it's not so fun when you're not feeling so good, but you're putting things together and you're starting to feel better. You're meeting new people who are elevating you on different levels, right? So that's a lot of high vibrational energy. When you talk about disease and suffering, and Lord knows I've had so many clients in my past that have shared this with me. And I'm going to tell you, disease, the path of disease and the suffering, it's not high vibrational. It's fear, it's anger, it's sadness, it's appointments, it's the fear of the unknown, and it's just exhausting. How many of you drop, heart in the chat, have had family members or friends that have gone through that disease and suffering path? And it's not fun. It's very low vibrational and it's heart wrenching, right? So every choice we make adds another sentence to our story, and we are a story. And so, what I want to share with you today is this: please let the next choice that you make be that you come to Anaheim. Come and meet Dr. Tony. Come and meet Alex. Come and meet James, Heidi, all of the people that are going to be on the stage, that are going to be there at Vital Fest with us. When you surround yourself with people that are so passionate about these things, it changes you in ways that you didn't see coming. And that's what happened to me. Okay. It absolutely did. It has changed my life on so many different levels. So please let this be your invitation, what you see here today. If this is triggering a fire in your soul, if this made you go, what about the pharmaceutical industry, and made your mind go, oh my gosh, like we do need to be a part of this, then please come to Anaheim. Please be a part of this historic event, because it is a historic event. And it's one that's not just historic in the fact that it is the first, it's the launch of the US and Canada, it's the first English speaking, but this is going to be a historic event that elevates humanity, and you want to be a part of that. So before we close today, I just want to say a reminder: please download our podcast on your favorite streaming platform. We're here Monday to Friday at the same time. And until next time, stay aligned, stay authentic, stay united, stay unstoppable. We are one team. And I can't wait to see you all in Anaheim. Much love.
Hey, thank you so much, Catherine. And we do apologize for the little snafu we had in the middle there. But Catherine, you were a champ and went right through it. You probably didn't even see what was going on. But we are so appreciative of you. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And guys, this is all going to be on the replay on all of our AM Power podcasts. So throw some love in the chat, and we will see you tomorrow on the next AM Power. Bye for now.